Okay, welcome to today's random subreddit. I've landed on Waffle House. 4.2k members, only 5 online, so definitely a smaller sub. I don't actually know what Waffle House is. So, it's an American restaurant chain with 2,100 locations in 25 states in the United States. Okay, so it's like a breakfast restaurant in the US that serves waffles and other things. So let's take a look at what we have here. A story I'd like to share, posted 1 day ago. I work as a grill op on third shift. After a rough night last night, working without a server, one of our regulars comes in. He's this sweet grandfatherly type who makes homemade stew and goes around and hands it out to the homeless. He comes in regularly, and sometimes he offers me stew and sometimes cookies. In one of our many conversations, I mentioned to him that I like to read. He comes in early this morning, right after the bar rush clears, with a contagious smile, and we start talking. He hands me a book as he goes to leave, saying that he remembered I like to read. I look down and it's one book of a set of encyclopedias. J to K, what a bizarre and random gift. Gotta love the WH regulars. Smiley face. That is nice. That is charming. That's obviously a staff member. Let's see what else we have. People thinking of applying for jobs. People who don't work there yet. Some kind of SpongeBob meme. Not got many upvotes, that. Oh, that refers to an earlier post. Perhaps this one. Okay, so this is perhaps a customer asking where they can buy vanilla syrup for soda. Someone else obsessed with the vanilla syrup. Must be a good product. Hash browns in the ring. Not familiar with this terminology. Hey, quick question, it's 2:30 AM at Waffle House and I've been told by the grill op that Waffle House no longer serves hash browns in the ring. Is this true, or is the cook refusing to serve me, or refusing to cook what I'm asking for? Right, so this seems to have been posted by a disgruntled customer at 2:30 AM, perhaps intoxicated. Wouldn't like to say for sure. Let's see what people have got to say. They put out a coaching flash doing away with the rings about 6 months ago. Suspect a lot of long-time cooks are ignoring it and still doing it. Also killed off the poached eggs, basted eggs and boiled eggs. Okay. So it seems it's something that's no longer served by Waffle House. Bro, that shit's whack. I'm a grill op working right now. They're shitting you so hard. Unless they don't have the rings, you should ask them if they have them. Okay, so this looks like another staff member who's saying, no, you can get hash browns in the ring. Okay, no turn 1275, this looks a bit more conclusive. I am currently a unit manager with Waffle House. I can say 100% that hash browns in the ring are no longer offered at any Waffle House in my area, in quotations, which includes 26 Waffle House locations. I personally cook them upon request since I am partial to them myself. Cheeky. They are not a guarantee and it is up to the grill op. Newer grill ops have not even been trained to make them nor taught about them other than a mention as something that used to be a thing. Okay, that's given us a lot more information. Fast327 says, you're probably drunk. So I looked up what you're talking about. Apparently no ring lets the potatoes spread out more, so they're crispier. Very plausible. The Waffle House Don sent word down that anyone caught using the ring to make hash browns loses a finger. No need to shank that 2:30 AM cook trying to pay the bills. So, this guy's sticking up for the staff member mentioned in the original post. Yeah, I guess he is just trying to follow orders. There's quite a few comments here for this sub. Long time cook here, that's total bullshit. They're lying. Yep, so no real consensus. But it is charming, isn't it? I like this subreddit. Combination of staff members and customers coming on here, interacting. Okay, before and after. I'm the only one at my store who will actually scrape, scrub and detail to where they look almost new. So that's obviously used, and that's almost new, and they look great. You're doing God's work. Awesome. Never worked at a WH, but I've done kitchens my whole life. Did you soak or do a paste or just elbow grease? I see. I bet the OP enjoyed a bit of praise. I soaked them in hot water and dish soap, then used a painter's tool to scrape off all the gunk that I could. Finished off with a steel wool soap pad. Wow, I've worked with people like that at Pizza Hut. But people like that really do keep a restaurant going, to be honest. You're the real MVP. And then someone down here, who the freak cares? Yeah, I like that there's never fully a consensus on this sub. Lots of questions, always lots of questions. Custom Waffle House hoodie I made for a friend. Okay. So someone's drawn or painted a custom hoodie for their friend. Makes sense, they usually have roaches. Yes. I guess that's poking fun at Waffle House more than anything. I couldn't comment, I've never been. In fact, I'd never heard of Waffle House before just now. Anyone want at-cost earrings, magnets or pins? I'm autistic and make them for fun. Will accept donations for shipping and materials. This is just charming. This is absolutely charming. And they're being well received. You know, when you work in chain restaurants, you get people who love their job, perhaps just a bit too much. I can see a few on this sub. It looks like they might have got a couple of sales. Absolutely charming. And so there's people applying for jobs here as well, asking for advice. Wow, some art. Holy shit, I had the chicken melt bowl 24 hours ago. I have shit 4 times since then. Full on, big boy shits, what the fuck. Chicken from Waffle House is a questionable decision. You probably have a mild case of food poisoning. It's good for you, it cleans you out. This subreddit is so confusing. You could say confusing. It's a little confusing. So I'm getting the impression that Waffle House is perhaps a bit like Taco Bell, which is well known for clearing you out after eating there. Oh, and I think this is some of the aforementioned roaches perhaps. WH management has never cared. So that's perhaps a disgruntled employee venting their frustration here on the sub. The waffle ain't worth it. No, it's just that statement there. This sub fucking wilding sometimes, I swear. Yeah, it's quite mysterious, this post, I must say. What is this? So, this is a very long post. me try and figure out what it is. Attention, Waffle House Corporate Office and Affiliates, RE, the wonderful overnight crew's resilience, dedication and mistreatment via indentured servitude, i.e. extremely horrific concerns regarding staff morale, COVID protocol and lack of upper management support, as well as numerous illegal labour practices and violations of human decency, to be explored in depth as follows. What is this? So, this is the OP, elaborating on his mysterious statement from earlier. Looks like a letter or an email he or she has sent. To whom it may concern, at present the drafting of this formal complaint today is November 28th, 2021, 4:51 AM Mountain Standard Time in Tempe, Arizona. So that's the early morning. I am sitting in my vehicle writing down my concerns and takeaways from the depravity I just witnessed at one of your locations. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the staff there for their hard work, passion, grit and patience for putting up with the standards that capitalism, the restaurant business as a whole, and the work culture that your corporate company has created and instilled as normal and acceptable, neither of which should be tolerated as industry standards, pandemic or otherwise. I also want to apologise and hug them. No waffle is worth this treatment. Those humans deserve far more than what little you pay them. Wow, so this is a customer who is very, very upset. And has written a very long post. Looks like we have a former member of staff here. The atrocities I witnessed at this establishment supersedes anything I've experienced with 10 plus years in the food service industry. They wanted to advance me to associate manager at the height of the pandemic, right in the middle of the worst of what I experienced as cook supervisor. Thank you for taking the time to accurately detail the shit show that is the awful Waffle. So this is a complaint against a specific location at Tempe, Arizona. So there's not much more information, but I guess some branches are better than others when you're talking about these chain restaurants. I worked at a few Pizza Huts in my time. Some were definitely better than others. Some were kind of had a jokey atmosphere and some were just hellish. I do understand. Okay, we've got a not safe for work post here, all the way. This could be anything. Let's see. Oh no. I think that's only not safe for work if you work at a, vegan company. Absolutely beautiful. The only way. Amen. I'm a vegan myself, so I can't eat most of this, but it is making me hungry looking at it. I like this sub. There's some not very nice stuff. Another rant here. There's also some charming, nice stuff. There's good, there's bad. There's arty photos. I think perhaps this sums it up. My server hated her life and we almost saw a fight break out. This is exactly why I come here. Yeah, like I say again, it reminds me of my time working in a chain restaurant. I get it. The good, the bad and the ugly. Well, thanks Waffle House. Perhaps if I ever make it to the south of the US, I will visit one. You've got a rather charming community of staff members and customers. I think it also perhaps acts as a place to vent for disgruntled staff members, but also as a place for customers to come and praise Waffle House. I enjoyed taking a look through this sub, and now I'm going to make some food because I'm very hungry.